Rant at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and singing merrily while she executes hostages is my co-host and master of none, Ciara. Just evil laughing this time.
Oh yeah, evil laughing.
No comments.
I couldn't think of one.
Well, I mean, you'd be hard pressed to compete with Joseph Gilgun in this film.
Oh yeah.
Because he's fucking excellent.
Yes.
It's been a while since we've had an entertaining psycho character.
I like the bad psychos. And
we love them here.
Why are they always Scottish? They do it so well, it's the accent. It lends itself to being a mad bastard.
It does, and I was about to kind of go, well, maybe not, but the first couple of psychos that pop into my head from films
or Robert Carlyle.
Robert Carlyle and Kevin McKidd in Bunraku.
Yeah. And also Dog Soldiers.
Well, no, but he's not a psycho character in that. He's a nut job in Bunraku.
Yeah.
And Joseph Gilgun is a nut job in this. He's the best thing about this.
Yeah, he's also the best thing about Preacher.
He is the best thing about Preacher. And in fact, that was one of the reasons why I had like very few doubts about him as Cassidy in Preacher, was because I had seen him in this and I was like, oh, well, he can play a good psycho. So
yeah, and apparently all he did then was just go and hang out in a bar and pick up traits from the locals.
But not the accent.
No.
But we're not talking about Preacher.
No, we're not.
No, we're talking about 2012's Lockout.
Yes, Luc Besson.
Although there is an Irish link, Cassidy being an Irish vampire.
Yes.
Because one half of the directors was an Irish guy.
Yep. And all the VFX were done by a Dublin-based studio.
Yes, that's right. Was it just the VFX or was it all the post-production?
A good chunk of the VFX.
They're a post-production company, isn't that it?
They do it.
They handle all aspects of it.
Windmill Lane Studios, they do like audio, VFX.
Yeah.
Like basically anything, all of your post-production needs, they kind of meet because we're a small country and the more you can diversify what you do, the better.
We have a surprisingly good track record for things like movies and not just
Ardmore Studios in Bray.
Well, that's what I was saying, not just
tons of casting for extras for things like Vikings, The Tudors, any movies filmed here, which are...
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's not just filming here because we have the tradition of animation going back to Don Bluth. We have plenty of video game developers with like Havoc and...
Well, Thingy is in Galway.
John Romero being in Galway.
Yeah.
So we actually have quite a good little... I don't call it underground, but you wouldn't necessarily think, but there's a whole entertainment and VFX, like digital and film industry going on that you wouldn't expect in Ireland. And speaking of, the Irish director from this film, James Mather, was also the DP on Extraordinary previous episode. And one of my favourite Irish films, I think.
Yeah, and he's worked on... He was a cinematographer for Frank. He's working on... done loads of stuff. He's a really good cinematographer.
And should we perhaps address the elephant in the room around this film?
Oh, the whole... it's basically Escape from LA, but in space.
Well, Escape from New York / Escape from LA in space.
And so much so that it was taken to court in a plagiarism case by John Carpenter.
Who won?
Yes. John Carpenter sued Luc Besson. And if you go to the IMDb credits, it's really, really funny because it says based on an original story by Luc Besson.
Luc Besson, he has a screenplay credit, and in brackets it has based on an original idea by, and then directly beneath him it has John Carpenter and the other guy from Escape from New York as based on Escape from New York by. But, I mean, plagiaristic though it may be, it's still a really fun film.
It is, and it is basically Escape from New York in space. Like, was it President's daughter, she's trapped, there's a space prison because why not? Just lock him in space.
Well, there's a few aspects to that I do like, but we'll get onto that in a minute.
Yeah, so space prison, she's part of some humanitarian watchdog group who thinks that they're being abused.
Yeah.
Correctly.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You think like corporate funded space prison isn't going to be like getting just a bit that I said
we'll get into in a minute.
Yeah. Shit hits the fan as it normally does in these situations.
Oh yeah. I don't want a film that's a space prison where there's no breakout.
No. And guy who's been like wrongfully accused of some heinous crime is like basically offered the chance at his freedom if he goes in and rescues her.
Yep.
Like, fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
But she's the president's daughter.
I have a question.
What?
Are you doing summaries now?
Apparently I am.
Well, I just throw out my one.
Yeah, because you always fuck it up.
Oh, I don't always fuck it up.
I know,
I fuck it up while recording.
I
But
kind of forgot that you normally do a summary and just launch, because we never give, here's the story. We always start off with like, oh, here's the scene.
here's some random shit, and then we do a summary. Yeah. It's like overall thoughts about the film,
I know.
into summary, and then into specifics.
Well, that's, yeah. Well, it kind of is relevant to the whole escape from...
Oh, I know. I'm just winding you up.
I know.
Shall I go for a summary?
Why not? See if you can do any better.
Oh, I guarantee you I can. In the near future, dangerous criminals are being held on the orbital space prison MS-1. But when a mass breakout occurs while the president's daughter is on board, recently convicted CIA agent Snow Plosgon is sent to rescue her and try to clear his name in the process.
That was terrible, Mushkin.
Well, yeah, no, he's basically Snake.
Yeah. He's great one-liners.
No, yeah, Guy Pearce playing Snow, not Snow Plosgon.
Yeah.
He's really fun in this. His dialogue and Joseph Gilgun's portrayal are the two best things in the film, I think.
I was just excited to see Guy Pearce as like an action dude.
Yeah, he's not often in straight action.
And you don't, like, when you think Guy Pearce, muscle-bound, like, army guy does not come to mind. Like, for me, it's sequins and feathers because, you know, like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
But yeah, for me, it's tattoos and general dishevelment because of Memento.
Yeah, like, he's that kind of, like...
Definitely not Old Man Wayland, because that film can get fucked.
Oh, God, I'd forgotten about that. Did you ever see The Time Traveller?
Which?
Or The Time Machine, sorry.
The Time Machine?
Yeah.
No, Planty's always banging on about it, mostly because it has Samantha Mumba.
Yeah. Speaking on really, Irish, because for, woohoo! Alien language! We're all taught it in school, it's hilarious.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot they use Irish.
They just basically used Irish because she could speak it.
Did they just get her to do the An Will Cadigum Dulgi and Letras bit?
No, but that's how she got the role. And Toscamo to spare.
Yeah. What's the one from the ad? Colleen Kunis Boher Uctarocha or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But enough of our vastly underspoken language.
But it's not often you see Guy Ritchie as like...
Guy Ritchie,
Jesus Christ.
Guy Pearce.
That's the one. As kind of macho man. I'll take this knife and stick it up your ass.
Yeah, no.
And he does it really well.
He does it really well. The character of Snow he could be really brash and annoying only for the fact that the various one-liners they give him throughout, some of them are so fucking funny. My favourite being at the start in the interrogation scene. When
he just keeps getting punched in the face.
Well, yeah, he just keeps encouraging it. And then he finds out the guy who's beating him up is called Rupert.
And he's getting beaten up by a guy called Rupert.
No, but after the beating up, when his like CIA mate Shaw comes to see him, and he offers him like some nuts, and he goes, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit," and lights a cigarette.
Oh, the interrogation sequence is hilarious with the credits. He keeps getting punched into the credits.
Yeah. That's pretty much our opening as well.
Yeah. Well, you got that nice action sequence at the start that's setting up.
No, it opens with the interrogation because it's like what happened in the room.
Yeah, it opens with him being punched in the face.
And then the interrogation is intercut with the flashback to what happened in the room and the nice little fight scene with the awesome the execution with the bedsheet thing.
Housekeeping!
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
That is so
that's
nice. That little flick. Oh, it's so good.
And
just
seeing somebody getting electrocuted with a hairdryer in a bathroom sink, not something you often see in a fight film either, or in a fight scene.
Yeah, hairdryers generally don't make it stretch that far in motels.
Didn't this one? To great effect.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, our introduction to Snow is pretty succinct of, he's a smartass and he's in trouble with the government.
I just love the little smirk when he's like, your wife. So he makes some insinuation that, this guy's wife is a whore.
Well, that he's been banging her.
Yeah. I don't know what the punchline is, but your mother's a whore.
That's a deep cut reference. Yeah, and it's the head of Secret Service that he's giving all the lip to as well. Played by podcast favourite and number one Satan, Peter Stormare.
Yay!
Who we're always happy to see.
Yeah, well, quite hard to recognise Peter Stormare.
Yeah, the little goatee thing isn't doing much for him, is it?
Or the kind of accent. Well, the accent works, but the goatee thing is weird.
Yeah, the goatee thing is weird. And he's a bit of a kind of know-it-all, arrogant
Well,
head of Secret Service.
He's the head of the Secret Service. So yeah, it's kind of within the character.
Yeah, he doesn't get a whole lot of on-screen time, but he is kind of fun while we have him.
Oh, especially towards the end when he starts to become a total prick.
Yes. And then kind of, apart from, like, you
thought he was a prick and then he became a total prick.
Yeah, and then, no, I won't say that. But then on kind of the supporting Snow side, because the whole thing is he has been recently convicted of murdering another CIA agent. He feels he's being set up.
Yeah, because they was like accused of selling
state secrets, space program secrets, I think is what it's supposed to be.
Still treason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like it's still
so it's treason and murder.
Yay!
And Shaw shows up after the interrogation scene as somebody from the CIA rather than the Secret Service to try and like help Snow out a little bit.
Yeah, and he has something to do with the low orbit police force as well, or something, or is that just?
No, that's just where they conduct the operations from later on.
Right, they're like, we're commandeering this location.
Yeah, it's who's in charge here? Not anymore. You're not. Yeah, it's one of those situations.
Okay, I didn't get that from the start. I was just like, why is he there? Did they? No, that would make sense because it's the CIA.
Shaw's a CIA agent as well, and he's there trying to like also find out what happened, and is asking Snow who his partner on the job was, and
yeah, and he's like, who did you throw the briefcase to?
Yeah, and that ends up being kind of partly the reason why he takes the job to go on MS1, because it turns out that his partner ends up on MS1.
Yeah. He's being held in stasis.
Yes.
Because that's how they keep them.
Yeah. And
little ice cubes.
Yeah, as we find out that pretty quickly. It's not the worst exposition, because when we meet the president's daughter, she's on like a shuttle heading towards MS1.
And she's getting a briefing. She's getting a security briefing, which lets us know kind of what the facility is, who's housed there.
Yeah, and she's also there working for a charity to... I'm guessing it's some sort of like human rights charity, because she's there to kind of see the standards of the prison. So that's where we find out. Yeah, that they're all held in stasis.
It's a privately funded location as well, so there's certain
and
grey areas that aren't exactly overseen the way like state-run stuff is.
It's supposed to be a proof of concept as well, because there's only 500 prisoners on board, and he says, once we get the full go ahead.
The fucking dregs. They were like, give us the 500 worst that you have.
There's no point in sending the white-collar criminals to space, in fairness.
I know, but when you're testing something, I mean, like, and if you're not 100% sure it's going to hold them.
Well, they seem 100% sure.
Maybe not.
It would have been fine if it wasn't for fucking Hawk, in fairness.
It was stupidly easy for them to get to the control room.
It was stupidly easy for them to get the control room. It was stupidly easy for Hawk to bring a gun through into the prisoner side.
Why was he, like... They were like, oh yeah, the prisoner side of the room. But there was nothing to delineate that that's the prisoner side of the fucking room. There wasn't even no bloody white line.
There's a fucking big glass window between them. There is.
Really?
That's what he shoots through.
Ah.
And it hits up on the inside and causes the explosion.
But he gets around, like he's right up in his face.
No. She is on the non-prisoner side behind a glass window.
But why is Hawk on the prisoner side?
Because he's there for security and to ensure that your man answers the question.
But it literally looks like he just walks down the table and then gets manhandled, and then Joe...
no, he's in a different room entirely. There's a glass between them.
Who gets the gun lifted off him?
Hawk is the guy who gets the gun lifted off him, and then there's another guard in there from the prison who has a gun, because he's supposed to.
Yeah. And
he gets shot. And then Heidel shoots through the window, which causes an explosion on the other side of the room, which blows out the glass, which is how he gets through.
On the prisoner's side then?
I don't know. To be a stupid idiot so the plot can happen.
Wow, I totally missed that. I thought
Are we going to have to go for 3 watch-throughs of films?
I don't know.
Or you just kind of have to, like, get off your phone?
I was just like, oh, look, why do you have a gun? Why are you over there? Why are you showing his face?
But that interrogation scene is also one of the fun ones, when Heidel gets broken out, Joseph Gilgun's character, and he's asked about his crimes, and he says, oh, no, I didn't do that. It was a case of mistaken identity. She says 53 counts of aggravated assault. I have a very familiar face.
Yeah, with the one milky eye and the nice brand on the other side. And
because she asks him, are you feeling any disorientation from stasis? And he says, well, I can't see out of this eye. But on the point of the stasis, I do like, she brings it up on the shuttle that...
Emily.
Yeah, Emily, the president's daughter, brings it up on the shuttle that there's reports that it's being used, or on the way in, I can't remember if it's on the shuttle or not, but there's reports that the prison is also being used to test the effects of deep space exploration on the prisoners as guinea pigs in stasis.
Yeah, because if they, again, deep space exploration, the only way it's really viable, this is set in what, 2070?
2079.
So the only way it's kind of still viable at this point is to develop some sort of stasis. This is an easy way of checking on them, because these guys are serving like 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, or longer.
So you've got a long term.
Yeah, we've got short and long term to test people on.
And then she also points out that one of the major contributors is some aerospace company.
Yeah.
And then there's that little turnaround on her that her charity happens to be funded by the same company.
Yeah.
Is one of their major contributors as well, because they're playing both sides of the fence.
Oh, they're not playing both sides of the fence. It means that they can say, oh no, we allowed a charity to come and investigate, and they found nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's one of the things she says as well, is that there's reports that stasis can cause
early onset dementia.
Yeah, just
destruction of the frontal cortex.
Yeah, degenerative effects on the brain.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, and you do see it later after the full breakout with a couple, but not just with...
There is a few of them.
Yeah, you see a few characters just kind of like curl up in corners, rocking back and forth, speaking gibberish.
Yeah.
There's another guy who's kind of just seems to be like claustrophobic and freaking out. He has a tantrum and attacks Alex, our other kind of lead prisoner. And
then there's a few that are almost like childlike, going around there lost and scared.
So yeah, I do like that they keep that throughout it, and it's not just a sideline.
And there's levels as well, and then some of them are just full on psychotic.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell if there was any kind of...
Yeah, were they made more aggressive, or were they already this aggressive to begin with?
Yeah.
But then you also see some of them seem to be fine. We don't know how long any of them are necessarily in there to begin with, but Alex seems to be a lot more compos mentis and quite sensible and logical, and he makes a lot of smart decisions throughout the movie.
He's the leader of it. He's also Heidel's brother.
Yeah.
And kind of looks after him as well.
I'd say it's more tries to keep him reined in rather than look after.
Yeah, he'd get himself in trouble. You know that he's been doing that since they were little shits.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that does... When he's like, who's going to look after you?
Yeah. But I do like that he is quite calm and collected throughout it. He makes sensible moves. He finds out which hostages he has on, what their job was, whether or not he can use them for various things throughout.
Who's important, who's not. Well, that poor bastard that they put out through the airlock.
The warden.
Well, there's a couple of them that they jettison into space.
Yeah.
But yeah, the warden is hilarious. And they're like, oh, you want to know if we're serious? Here's the warden. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's the first one. There'll be another one in an hour.
Yes.
But they don't actually issue any demands. Presumably freedom, but beyond that...
Get us out of here. Because, again, they're still stuck in space.
Yeah. And there is that really nice scene then as well when they send the negotiator on board. It's kind of how they sneak Snow on board the
they're like,
space station.
We're going to send up somebody to talk to you guys.
Yeah, we'll send over a negotiator with some supplies, and Snow sneaks on then. But the negotiator he's quite slick. He's quite sensible in how he goes about things.
Oh my god, can you imagine if him being the guy from Best in Show?
I mean... That negotiator wouldn't have done so well. You get down off that shed or I'll break your legs. Come on, joke, what do I care? This negotiator was a bit more competent.
Yeah, no, it was very nice, very well done.
And yeah, it's one of the better written scenes in the film when he comes on. His intention is to try and get the president's daughter off, but he can't give that up.
Yeah, they're basically
the way he goes about
fuck everybody
it.
else. Like at this point they've kind of the powers that be have already decided like they're not going to be able to contain this.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're not going to risk a squad to go up and try and rescue some scientists and some prison guards and some prisoners, but they can maybe try and get her off and then
make it seem like it's part of the negotiation process. But yeah, no, it's a well written scene in there.
And if that doesn't work, then they'll send.
Then they're going to send Snow in. Yeah. But yeah, the way he kind of suggests a particular person without actually suggesting that particular person is quite well done.
They know she's wounded because she's got this handy, nifty little implanted tracker Fitbit thing. It's essentially what it is.
Yeah, it's basically
it's a Fitbit and a locator and...
Well, it's not a locator. That's the thing that I found was kind of annoying. It can tell, like, oh, she's deprived of oxygen, she's losing blood, she's this, she's that. But yeah, it doesn't have a fucking, like, homing beacon of any kind in it. Nah, that's some bullshit right there. Almost as much bullshit as the hair scene.
Oh, that fucking hair scene. Wank.
To not give away too much, when Snow eventually finds Emily.
Oh, she has to be disguised, so they do the atypical, here, let me shear all your hair off and rub some crap on your head. Yeah. Here's your glamour.
In a prison toilet, he mixes together
he
toilet
does
water.
Her hair in the toilet. It's that bit in fucking Tangled when he slices off her hair with the shard of glass and it's this perfect pixie cut.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Doesn't happen. Does not fucking happen. And what is it? Coffee? It's fucking like motor oil or something?
Coffee, oil, cigarette ash and toilet water mixed together, and he dyes her hair perfectly.
Like pitch black, and it's not running everywhere, and she's not puking because it's
She's not got stuff on her face or anything.
Yeah, like nothing. None of that. Okay, she is blonde, so that does help, but we would have been better off getting fucking Sharpie and squeezing all, because you can dye your hair with Sharpie.
But it cracks.
No, you actually can dye your hair with Sharpie.
But that bit cracks me up because he goes through all this and she comes out with this perfectly dyed, perfectly shaped pixie cut. And I don't mind the hat. And that's ridiculous. And then he follows it up with something really sensible of punching her in the face to give her a believable bruise so that she looks like she's been in fights and been in a prison for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, that's clever. The hair thing is some bullshit.
He put a fucking hat on her anyway.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean,
why? I know it's like the bits that are sticking out, blah, 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 blah. She has long blonde hair and they're looking for a blonde woman. So he puts her in a jumpsuit. Like, it's kind of smart what he does, but
it's just the hair thing.
He could probably put the big bulky jacket on her as well to make her look not so teeny tiny.
Yeah, it's not the best. Although it is probably one of the only things that I dislike. It's not even that big of a thing. But that I think is a bit stupid in the movie.
It is that trope, like Gone Girl does it, fucking loads of them do.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's a very tropey thing, alright.
No.
And that's one of the only things I don't like. There's a bit of shitty CG at the start.
Oh,
but it's not even the worst because it's all CG.
Yeah.
So it's not like where they put a CG monster into an otherwise real set and it looks terrible.
Or when Supernatural used to do it with the car for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just like, why?
Yeah, it's an entirely CG environment. It's a CG bike, it's a CG background, it's a CG car chasing him, and it just looks video gamey, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, but all the stuff then in space and all that looks brilliant. So
yeah, the rest of it's fine, and
the torsion scene as well looks great.
Oh, the zero-G fight scene?
Yeah,
it's great fun.
System, yeah.
No, that's it. There's more than enough to balance out that one little bit that doesn't look great.
Yeah,
because I say the space looks great. The stuff on the space station, the set of the space station is fantastic.
And I like the way they move through it as well, because you do get a sense of the scale of this thing, because it is hard to get a sense of scale in space. And I know you do get stuff docking with it, but at the same time, how big is that thing?
Yeah, it's not until kind of you see some of the space fight scenes that you get a better idea of how big of a ship this is.
But like when they move through, like at one point they're in the vents, because they're always in the vents.
Yeah.
But when they're moving through general population as well, that's like a big open area. So you do kind of get this, they're trying to make their way through to these escape pod things.
Yeah, I will say, I think Pandorum gave a better sense of scale inside a ship than this does, but it's still, this does a good enough job of it.
Well, this is supposed to be kind of, this isn't like a cedar ship the way Pandorum is.
Yeah, that should be a much bigger ship.
More of a more realistic for the time frame we're looking at.
Yeah.
Based on like say this is very realistic compared to some sci-fis where they're like, it's 200 years in the future and we've conquered Mars.
Yes.
Not to shit on The Expanse, but like,
yes,
because I love The Expanse, but this is kind of more realistic for what we could have functioning in 50 years. So it's not massive. We find out the ISS is still floating around.
Yeah.
Somehow, because it's fallen apart.
Yeah. It's already past its expected life.
Yeah, and
it's
still and it's still holding on out there. So like this is kind of more of a reasonable future.
Yeah, no, it's
model.
not. No, it's not like completely ridiculous. They don't go into the science too heavily on it either. But there's a couple of nice
Yeah.
A couple of nice little bits, and yeah, it is that bit more realistic. It is near future sci-fi rather than anything.
Yeah, no, and I like
crazy.
that. I do like that aspect of it because you get to see things like the shuttles and stuff, even though the shuttles aren't even in use anymore. But apparently, we've reverted back to that.
Probably should.
Yeah.
Just built.
But like
it
has what we would recognize as modern space travel.
Yeah.
In it.
Or or near enough to modern space travel, like
not too far future.
Yeah, and as well, MS-1 is a prototype.
Yeah.
So it's the first of its kind. So yeah, a lot of money went into building it as a proof of concept, and it's not like there's 15 or 20 of them floating around inside of 50 or 60 years from now. It's just the one, and it's brand new.
But when you see kind of stuff from like inside the ISS, it's very tiny and it's cramped, and that's where we are now. So to have this bigger facility and things like the torsion system and an anti-gravity system, it's fun, and I appreciate that. Yeah, no, they've worked that in well, and I like the low orbital police department that you mentioned earlier as well. It makes sense that, well, hey, if something goes wrong, we don't want to have to fly all the way up from Earth. Why not have a smaller... When he's hitting on the girl
in low...
and he's like, hey, do you get dizzy sometimes?
Yeah, do you like working in space?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's Snow all over. He's like, can't be ours, big boys are talking, I'm going to go hit on the pretty girl.
Yeah. No, Snow just has some of the best lines in this film. He's just so cavalier and nonchalant the whole way through about everything. And I love it. I'm here for it. Absolutely.
Oh no, you don't have to do that. You could just say thank you.
In context, that's one of the best lines in the film.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've built a believable world for the film.
Yeah.
It's not... Yeah, it's not completely like, no, we wouldn't have this shit at all. It's feasible that we could have these things in 50 odd years.
It is a lot more realistic. I have some issues with how long it is between whatever happened in that hotel room and then them ending up on the space station.
Why so?
Mace. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I just... What?
Yeah, it's a bit incongruous in that sense. But I suppose you could magic that issue you have with Mace away by saying that they don't necessarily know all the effects.
She does say some people just unravel.
Yeah. And even when they're threatening with sending Snow to MS-1 before they offer him the rescue mission, Langrel says some minds just can't take it in stasis.
Yeah.
To which Snow tells him he's quite looking forward to it.
Because he's a little fucking shit.
But on the note of the stasis, more of a moral issue, but stasis is hardly a punishment for violent criminals.
Yeah, they proved that in Judge Dredd.
You don't mean Judge Dredd at all.
What, in the Cube?
You mean Demolition Man.
Oh, do I mean Demolition Man?
I'm pretty... Oh. When is there... What are you talking about?
In Judge Dredd, hasn't his twin been like...
No, he's just locked up.
Oh, then it is Demolition Man.
Yeah, it is absolutely is Demolition Man you're thinking of. Because that's the whole thing. They are sentenced to cryogenic freezing and then they wake up later on. And nothing has changed. They are still the same asshole they always were, just in the future. Or further in the future, as in this case.
There was a lot of stuff in the 90s that had people in cryostasis, though.
There was, yeah. And both of those were Sylvester Stallone films, which I'm guessing is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Demolition Man, fucking awesome film. But they never really... And because they tackle the thing about, is the stasis being used just as a way to experiment?
Well, that's the whole, like, her line of questioning is, do you dream? Are you aware? Like, are you aware of time passing?
But because they're bringing up that side of it, I'm surprised they don't at all mention, in any case, like, well, what good is it actually just freezing prisoners for 30 years or 50 years or however long it is, unless you're just going to keep them up there indefinitely. Yeah, because
it's going to be like no time passed for them and they're not going to have learnt anything and just continue on, as opposed to rehabilitation and re-education, which I think Norway have proven works most successfully.
But also, there's supposed to be a punishment. Walking into a chamber, having the door close, and then from your perspective, the door closes and the door opens and your sentence is over.
Yeah.
Like, everybody would commit crime. You have just removed prison sentences by effectively, unless somebody is afraid of travelling into the future. You know, like, oh no, I don't want to wake up 60 years from now. Everybody.
Like Fry's ex-girlfriend who froze herself and can't handle the future?
Yeah. So let's freeze ourselves again.
And then they end up in LA.
But yeah, well, like everybody would just commit crimes because what's the worst that's going to happen to me? They'll send me to MS1, freeze me for a few years, and then I'll just walk out again.
You could wake up on a completely empty ship that has now been repopulated by a humanoid feline species that evolved from the cat that you were initially sentenced to stasis for.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plot of Red Dwarf.
I know. I got there.
But
because of a radiation leak that your annoying roommate didn't fix.
As much of a joke as you tried to make that further proves my point. Look at Lister's attitude.
Yeah, it takes about 5 seasons before Lister actually becomes semi-competent as a human being through his travels and experiences.
But in that moment,
it's more of a
Lister is told, but he's not supposed to go a million years into the future. That's a mistake. Dave. But that's a mistake. His sentence is 6 months in stasis.
Yeah.
He doesn't get doc pay, and if he did it wouldn't matter because he's in stasis. And he's told, give up the cat or go into stasis. And he just goes, fine, I'll go into stasis.
Yeah.
Because you don't care about there's no consequences.
Yeah. Like, and he still gets to keep Frankenstein because they were going to, what?
They can't find it. Yeah. And they can't find it. And he evolves into cat. Well, he doesn't, but yeah. That's what leads to the evolution of cat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they couldn't find the cat. So he rightly thought, well, when I get out in 6 months, my cat will still be there. I'll have been punished in inverted commas. And, well, hey, it's just an accident happens and he doesn't get out for a million years.
Yeah.
Which is a risk, I suppose. But, like, what are the chances of that happening?
Again.
I don't think that Red Dwarf exists in the same fictional universe as Lockout. It would make for a very interesting crossover, don't get me wrong.
Oh, God. With the canaries?
Would it be a better... Oh, yeah, the canaries, of course. It would be a better crossover than the one you suggested with Dead Snow.
What?
Dead Snow and the Human Centipede crossover.
No.
You were the one who suggested it.
Did I?
Yes.
Was I
Do you remember anything
No,
today?
my brain is mush.
You don't... Yeah, you can't remember that. I'm supposed to do the summary. Can't remember fucking actors who were in the films and what films they were in.
No, I have soggy tuna brain.
Yes, you do.
I took it out. Make room for the tuna.
That would explain a lot. My own personal grr.
Yeah. I got an Aragumi one. He's awesome.
You what?
I have an Aragumi one. That's the name of that Japanese crochet style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have a crochet grr.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you did or didn't like about this, actually?
I really, really enjoy this film. I think that the bad guys, as it were, like the actual criminals, Alex in particular, is so well played.
Yeah.
It's really, really nuanced.
Yeah, he does have a lot of nuance.
Especially at the end when he's having the freak out and you think he's going to shoot your man and then he just...
Yeah.
And there's a brilliant... It's very like Saul when the train gets away in...
Yeah.
And he goes, and he punches the guy because he's like, I just got to do something. But he's very sharp. Like when they're trying to get the door open and he's like, get me 2 engineers.
Yeah,
and he just shoots one immediately and he goes, now that'll...
Hopefully that will shortcut me the inevitable it can't be done conversation.
Yeah, and then when that guy ends up frying the circuitry and he's like, oh, we're going to need a new engineer.
This one sprung a leak because he's pissing himself.
But there's things that he does that are really, really smart. When he works out that she's the president's daughter and he's like,
and even from...
We need her. Like, just before they jettison the warden and he's going, she's the president.
Yeah, he was about to tell us something important.
Yeah, and he's a little bit pissed at it, but he's like, I can't be mad at him, he's my brother.
But even from his first action, before he knows who any of the hostages are, he walks in and he sees Heidel about to try and rape the president's daughter. And the first thing he does is he throws him to the side and he says, in about an hour, we're going to be fucking surrounded. And
control yourself.
Yeah, control yourself. You don't piss on your own poker chips.
Yeah.
And
we need them to get out of here.
Yeah, they are our only possible way of getting out of here. Let's not start by fucking, shooting them and raping them and doing horrible things to them.
Yeah, well, that was his whole, can you guess what I was before I was a rapist?
A pickpocket. And an all-around asshole.
Yes.
But yeah, no, the bad guys are really fun.
Sons of milk.
Yeah.
I don't know why that entertains me so much when he's just sitting there, like a little nut job, sitting cross-legged on the table.
Yeah.
Just slurping away on this little Capri Sun of milk.
As our two main villains, they're nice counterpoints to each other because you have the more calm, controlled, measured, and still equally sinister with Alex, and then Heidel is the just completely out of control, proper, full on psychopath that you just can't predict or trust to do anything
Alex
right.
Can't even really fully control him.
Oh yeah, no, it seems like he's just barely got a lead on him at all times,
but he can't definitively control him.
Yeah,
he's very much the wild card.
And because I really think that the performances are excellent because we don't have any kind of backstory for them or anything. They're
two nut jobs.
They're just two nut jobs on a prison, and they're just the ones who happen to be in the right place at the right time to run the show when the breakout happens. Yeah. And beyond that, they're nothing special on the prison. That's the impression I got.
Well, they don't seem to be. Well, they're not in general population. They're like, I think
No, he is. Alex wakes up in general population, and Heidel was woken up specifically for the interview with Emily.
But they quickly
established themselves.
And take control of the situation. Because you don't really meet any of the other prisoners. Like, you don't really, you meet some of them in passing, and that's just it. It's the same with the majority of the staff that work there, with the exception of the doctor, her friend.
Yeah, and we get her name briefly, I think.
It's like Kimberly or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely something beginning with a K, I think. Yeah,
the negotiator, the warden doesn't last very long.
No, there's not an awful lot of side characters that matter at all.
No.
You have a couple of side plots, but your main characters are obviously Snow, Emily, then your two bad guys of Alex and Heidel, and then your support of Langrel, the head of Secret Security, and Shaw, your CIA agent. And that's kind of it.
Yeah, the president
Mace shows up a bit.
Yeah, the president's in it a little bit just because somebody finally told him that his daughter's being held in a hostage situation because he's had a high corn fructose syrup invention.
The president is in this film, but the president is not a character in this film at all.
No, he's there.
I got nothing from him. No. And he's supposed to be, I mean, I know he's not in it that much, but he's supposed to be the president of the United States of America.
He's supposed to have some gravitas.
Yeah, and he's just there. He's like a mid-level manager in a corporate company somewhere. He's not the president.
Who was that fucking butthole-faced, white-haired little prick that was arsing about with the Trump?
What? I don't know any of his fucking sycophant followers.
Is it Mike Pence? He looks like Mike Pence.
Oh, I don't know. Why do you always have to go to American politics?
No, he just looks like that little fucker.
That counts. That counts. But yeah, no, he's like, I get middle management vibes off him. Not president of the United States vibe.
He's very much bootlicker.
Yeah, and...
Like, there is no kind of... give me Bill Pullman in Independence Day any day.
Well, but he actually is a character in that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But anytime he's in anything and he picks up a microphone or something like that, that's all I see is him giving the Independence Day speech. But he has presence. Yeah. This president just...
doesn't. No, he's there and not there at the same time. Yeah. He's Schrodinger's president. Yeah. I don't know. The actor might be amazing. It's just a really
tiny role, and I think somebody along the way kind of went, "We should probably have the president in it. Like, he should probably have been notified at some point because
it's his daughter."
But also this has reached like peak escalation, and if we don't do something now, because at some point during all the prison shenanigans, it's now dropping out of orbit. It's dropping out of orbit and will crash.
Roy Orbison.
Oh, no.
Of all the things we've said on this podcast, and you're upset with me for saying something about Roy Orbison dropping out of something when he died in a plane crash.
I'm sure he died in a plane crash.
I don't care how he died. We said worse.
Yes, I have. What was I saying? Yeah, it's falling out of the sky. So they're like, shit, this is going to crash into the eastern seaboard with like 500 convicts on board, and they may possibly, some might survive.
I don't think there's any chance of anybody surviving.
But they're also like,
the size of it if it crashes.
This is going to be a major issue. So somebody better tell the president, and that's like at the point where they decide that that's a good time to tell him. Not that his daughter also happens to be on this.
Fuck me, did you watch this film at all?
I know they do tell him that the daughter is on it.
It's one of the first, that's...
Yeah, but they're also like, but this is... Oh, he died of a heart attack.
Oh my god, editing this is going to be a nightmare.
I did watch it. I'm very tired.
I know you're very tired, but yeah, no, they do tell him early on.
I know they do tell him, but like when he shows up, they're like, yeah, whatever, we don't care that your daughter is on it. It's also falling out of the sky.
Well, yeah.
We need to do something about that now.
Yeah. But crappy president aside, one thing I will give this film credit for, and I always appreciate in a film, is when a character says you have X amount of time to do something.
Oh, and it's actually that amount of time?
Snow is told he has 5 minutes to do something, and it's pretty much not exact, but near enough that I'll let them away with it. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Till that thing happens.
When they hold their breath to go underwater, and you subconsciously do it just to see how long it is.
No, I don't do that. But if somebody says, oh, it's 20 seconds till X happens, you can bet your ass I'm going to start going 1, 2, 3. And if it's not 20 seconds, exactly, I'll be pissed off. When you go into minutes, I'll give you a little bit of leeway either side. But yeah, the credit where it's due.
Yeah. Unless they have like a certain amount of time to get a certain distance, and then you're like, no, that's never going to work.
Oh, and they're like, you have 30 seconds to get 500 meters.
You want to retreat to a safe 500 kilometer radius.
Yeah, no, that they...
Come on, Freedom Cage.
Roll me to freedom.
But yeah, no, they actually do. It's the 5 minutes until, like, because I think there's like nitrogen alarms going off or whatever, and they're like, they have to get to they can.
Oh no, yeah, it's 5 minutes. I wasn't going to give any specifics away because we've already given away enough plot for a non-spoiler podcast.
Yeah. If somebody could string together the plot out of what we've said, well done. Except for the bit at the start, which was actually quite.
Well, I think if they just listened to me, they'd be okay. But is there anything else you'd like to bring up before you misremember any other parts of this film?
All of it.
Oh, well, no, and in your defense, I'm not perfect either, because I have one note here that says security door bit, and I have no idea what the fuck I was referring to. Something good happens in and around a security door, and I can't remember what it is. There were many
security doors.
Yeah, that's why I can't remember. I should have been more specific, but no.
Security door bit. I think that just is the engineer when the guy who shows up at the third security.
Oh, it is, yeah,
the third security engineer who's like, you can shoot me if you want, but I can guarantee I'll have this door open in 5 minutes. And he's like, right, okay, balls on you.
Yeah, good sales pitch.
Let's see what you got. Especially because he shot one, the other one's pissed himself, and he's walked up and done a quick like fucking assessment and gone.
Oh no! When he walks up, the guy who pissed himself gets shot. Oh, yeah. That's why he's like, you can shoot me if you want, but if you give me 5 minutes instead of 2...
I'll have this door open.
So, more plot details. I think it might be time to wrap it up before we give away the ending.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I will say it's definitely a really fun film. Nothing particularly deep going on.
No,
I do like the little what stasis does to the brain aspect, B-plot thing going on. But beyond that, it's just silly fun action. It's
really well paced as well, because there's a couple of really nice one-on-one fight scenes. There's a couple of big brawly scenes where everyone has a go. There's
couple of gunfights,
yeah. No shoot boomstick and space canoe.
No, apparently in this space canoe you can shoot boomstick. Just have to be careful where you shoot it.
Yeah, it makes the nitrogen levels go up. But it's not. It doesn't feel draggy.
No, and it's a relatively short film, but yeah, it is paced well and it's punchy.
Yeah, and then you get the quippy interludes between him and her, because they kind of like want to hate fuck each other.
Yeah, that's definitely what they're trying to set up.
Yeah.
She comes off a bit more annoying in their interactions than him. But yeah, they do have that kind of quippy relationship, and in between your action scenes, Snow always has some smart ass comments, whether it's towards Emily or to the people on the radio on comms. Yeah. So you get these kind of fight scenes, quippy dialogue, plot development, some more action or fight scenes.
Yeah, no, it keeps rolling over.
Yeah, no, it does, and it's pretty much the halfway mark before he finds her, so you have a kind of setup, getting onto the station, find her, try and break your way off to big finale.
Yeah.
And it is really well done, even if it is quite plagiaristic.
Just a little bit.
But hey,
just a little bit.
As you've said before, there's basically only 7 stories in the world getting retold over and over and over.
And I love Escape from New York and I love Escape from LA, and this is almost the natural progression of it, which is Escape from Space Prison.
It's the where do you go when you've run out of ideas?
Up
to space
or underwater.
Well, yeah, that's
I'd like to see
that's wet space.
Yeah.
The unknown, but yeah.
BioShock.
Yeah. You go to wet space or you go to outer space.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to start calling the sea from now on.
Wet space.
Wet space.
Wet space. Is it
You have
wet?
outer space and you have wet space.
Is it wet when you're all in it, though? Are you wet because everything else is wet?
We're not starting that fucking argument.
I'm just trying to invalidate your wet space.
My wet space.
Yeah.
You want to invalidate my wet space.
Gross.
Definitely time to start wrapping up. But yeah, guys, look, if you haven't seen Lockout, check it out. If you have, check it out again.
It's a really fun Saturday night, silly movie, popcorn, couple of beers.
We do watch movies on days other than Saturday, by the way.
I know, but like it is it is that kind of like silly Saturday night in.
Yeah. Throw it on, short film.
Babas Bloomy.
Yes.
Quippy dialogue, hits all the buttons.
Yeah, no, and Luc Besson produced. We like Luc Besson. He's got a particular style,
yes.
And having somebody who's a DP as one of the directors, I think, helps for the visual style in this film as well.
Yeah.
But I think that about wraps it up for Lockout for this week. As usual, guys, if you want, you can head back and check out our previous podcasts or our sister podcast, Mono Rants the Boys. And if you want, you can come and find us on socials, on Twitter at rantsmono, on Instagram at monorants_the_boys, or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll be back next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We are Science Fiction Remnant.
This is the Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
We are the Caribbean Science Fiction Network.
We are Monorants.
We are One Accord Level 2 Podcast.
This is Jesse from Sudden But Inevitable and Open Pike Night.
This is sci-fi.